Alright gang, welcome back to our 200 horsepower challenge on CalmLands. It is now May, and good things have happened. You can see it straight ahead. We have upgraded our semi-cab, whatever you want to call it, to this one. So we've got ourselves our brand new cab. We also have something else that we're going to be dealing with, and you can probably see it in the distance. The carrots are ready to harvest. Now, the problem with this cab is the trailer we have doesn't really fit that well. The back wheels land on the ground, but the front wheels of the cat or the trailer there, they really don't touch the ground. It may be okay. We'll give it a shot, but it could be an issue too. We'll have to just see how things go. So let's get this set up. One other note, you are able to drive on the carrots when they're fully grown, and it does not harm the crop. So it's just a matter of remembering not to do it when they're growing. So let's go ahead and jump into our Massey Ferguson here. We'll hook up to the D-Wolf. We'll unfold this thing. I don't know how much it'll hold in here. Probably not that much, honestly. I expect a pretty good yield here. At least I'm hoping for a pretty good yield here. And I'm going to try to go down the middle. If you go down kind of in the middle to pick up two pass, it's not going to be perfect. We're going to have to do a lot of touch-up in this. Actually, I'm not even hitting the middle. I'm just hitting the one row. But it's going to be a very long process. This is just going to be like potatoes, where it's going to take forever. But, you know, what are you going to do? That's why we're trying to keep this in a, well, this is actually a pretty big field for carrots, but a relatively smaller sized field. I do believe today we will be expanding the greenhouse, at least one more greenhouse, possibly two more if we can do it. Just depends on how things go. But we're already at 25% full in this harvester, and well, nearly 30% full, over 30% full. And we've done one pass. So this is going to be a very good harvest for us, and I think it's just a lot that this doesn't hold that much. So we're going to be doing a lot of unloading in this one. But hopefully, if I do this right, like I'm doing it here, it's really hard to keep it straight down the middle of those two, but if I can keep it down the middle of those two, we should be able to pick up two at the same time. At least I hope that's what it's doing. I hope it's not just removing one. It looks like it's picking up two, but who knows? We will probably also be selling these carrots directly. We don't currently. We could put something in, but currently we do not have any kind of storage at all for any kind of root crop. They cannot go in that silo. At least I'm pretty sure they can't. We'll double check and try, but I'm almost positive they cannot go in there. Which means we have to either sell them directly as they are, or keep them. We can keep them in the trailer, I guess, until, you know, next month probably. Something else will be ready to harvest next month, so we'd have to move them out at that point no matter what. Or we buy a second trailer. We always have that option too. We're gonna kind of go around the headland here a little bit. Probably not the most realistic, but we're going to do it anyway. You guys know I prefer to go around the headland, especially when we get closer to completing all of this. We're going to have to put it on a worker for a little while we while we unload some of these carrots, right? Alright, so let's get another tractor out. Let's get this out of the way. It's kind of in our way to go around the headland here. I had the time on 0.05 because I wanted to see, and we started early too, the day early, because I knew this was going to take a long time when I knew they were ready. But I wanted to make sure, I kind of tested it. I wanted to make sure I could drive on top of the carrots, because if I didn't, then I knew I was going to have to make some kind of upgrade to the tractors, right, to put on skinny tires, narrow tires. So I wanted to make sure that it was possible to do it with the big chunky tires. I assumed it was very similar to like potatoes, but you know, it's sometimes it's better just to make sure that you're not missing anything, if that makes any sense at all. Alright, so let's see what we can do here. It's going to be probably a few laps around the headland anyway, because we're going to miss little portions here and there. And we're going to be full really quickly here too, so... We're going to be full by the time we get to here. Yeah. So let's go ahead and grab our trailer here and get it to the unload position and unload some of the carrots into here. So this is this is going to be different. I don't have any production yet for carrots, so I think we're just going to sell them directly. We probably will put a production at some point, but I think we're just going to sell those directly. Trying to get it as close as I can here. We need pipe out. Okay, so it's just like a harvester then. Uh-oh. This might not work. Uh-oh, we might have an issue already. That's why I didn't spend any money on a telehandler or anything like that yet, or another plot of land or anything. Oh, there we go. I just wasn't aligned properly. Okay. Let's see if we can get this going again. We're going to miss some. Like I said, we're going to have to... Uh-oh. Well, now I've done it. Now I've done it. There we go. Okay. Let's see if we can get some more of this done, gang. It's gonna be a process here. We're gonna do a little bit of it here. And then we'll put it on a worker once we get pretty close to being full here. This is about as brutal as doing potatoes, which we kind of knew it was going to be, right? We kind of knew it. We knew it was not going to be an easy feat to do this. See if we can touch up the edges here a little bit more. This is the reason why I haven't done potatoes very often, because it's you get paid pretty good, but it is a grueling process to harvest them. I would argue that potatoes might even be a little bit worse than carrots. I mean, it's pretty close, but I would say that they're slightly worse. And I think the shape of our field is not really helping us at all, either. I think it's making it worse, actually. But that's okay. We're going to get through it. All right, gang, so we'll throw a time lapse in here, gang. We're going to get a good portion of this done, at least until we have a full trailer load, and then once that happens, we'll probably finish. We'll have the rest of it be done by the worker, more than likely. We're going to go around the headland here, all the way around that edge as best we can here. We'll see how far we get. It's going to be a bit. This is going to take a while. Alright, that is the first trailer load done, gang. So we went ahead and threw it on a worker. He's just going to kind of go down the middle there. Let's go sell these carrots. 15,000 liters of carrots. I don't know if there's only one location, if it's just our market stall, if there's more than that for selling. So let's take a peek here. I already went down to the carrots because I just wanted to see what the actual fluctuation price was. It really doesn't fluctuate that much. You can see there. It's not going to be a huge sell here for us. 431 per 1,000 liters is really not that much. That's why you probably want to turn it into some kind of production. But let's sell one of the trailer loads here and just see what we get. And then we'll potentially look at putting down a placeable production of some sort that can turn carrots into something else. Now, the worker's not going to be perfect by any means at doing this. He's going to miss a bunch, just like he does when he does the rolling or anything else. He's going to miss a bunch. So we'll have to come back and touch all that up. But let's just see what one semi-trailer load gives us. And it seems like it's fine with that wheel in the air. It's just a little unrealistic, but it's fine. This isn't a dump truck, so it doesn't have the ability to really pull the wheel up in the air like that. But it seems to be doing okay. So 6,477 out of that, and look at how much is left still on that field. This should yield pretty high for us, especially if we turn it into a production, I think. Especially at that. I'm just going to go ahead and turn them off here. I'm going to unload a little bit more here, and then I'll put it back on a worker again. Because I'm going to work on trying to figure out what kind of placeable we can put for this. Because we didn't get to unload the rest of it in there to begin with, right? We still had some in here when we put it on the worker, so I'd like it to have the full amount, if at all possible. Should be going now. Okay, so productions for carrots. Actually, I haven't even looked in our big barn if there's anything for carrots in the farm production. Can it accept carrots? It cannot. So there's nothing there for carrots. So we have to find something else for carrots. Alright, let's see. What do we got in here? Is there anything, I should say, that Preserved food factory. $110,000. Wow. Okay. That's a little more than I had initially intended on spending, but perhaps that's what we will do, I guess. I just don't know where I want to put it. I mean, this just seems like a factory, not really like a, you know, farmer's market to sell it, so maybe we should put it over here somewhere. I don't know. I need to think about that a little bit, I guess. Is there anything else? So, the preserved food factory and a soup factory. The soup factory is even more. Holy moly. Alright, so I guess we need to look at preserved foods and soup and see which one yields better in the sale, right? Because if that's the case, we have some pallets we can sell, so we can make the money. It's not about not having enough money. We can make the money, and we have soybeans we can make or sell as well. So we can do that. That's not a problem. Let's just see if there's anything else out here. Maybe that's a little bit cheaper. Probably won't be, but it's worth spending a few extra minutes here just checking to make sure, I guess is what I'm trying to say, right? Nope, nothing. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to have to spend that kind of money if we want to turn the carrots into a higher yielding product. So, I think it just depends on which one we want, right? Oh, I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? I am going the wrong way. I thought going back to the beginning would have made it faster for us, but it didn't. It didn't. That's juice factory. Okay, we don't want that. There we go. Preserved food factory or soup factory. So, if we go to the sales shop, carrot soup. Carrot soup is a lot of money. 3,204. It really doesn't fluctuate. Preserved food carrots are less, with even less fluctuation. So do we make soup or do we make preserved food? I feel like we go the soup route. Triple soup, carrot soup, parsnip soup, red beet soup, potato soup. It gives us a little more options if we go the soup route. Which means we gotta sell stuff. Right? He's almost maxed out. But he's doing a good job, though. But he is just going one row at a time. But that's fine. That's fine. Alright, so knowing that, I think we're going to make ourselves a little bit of money here. We're going to sell this fertilizer. We literally just missed 8 o'clock, but when 9 o'clock comes around, we'll get the money for that. And in the meantime, we can take and sell some stuff. Looks like we have another pallet of clothes. I don't know why the clothes are spawning in such an awkward position. They shouldn't be spawning like that. They should be spawning normal, so there's some kind of issue with that placeable for sure. But, that's okay. It's highest it'll ever be is right now. It is 30,402. It's dropping. It's higher at co-op. So I think what we're going to do, even though it's probably, maybe it's a little bit of a time waster. We might not even do anything with this field today, gang. With the exception of put down the placeable for the carrots. because that carrot field is going to take us a long time. I think the worker is full, so we've got to fix him as well. So this is going to remove my goal or my potential of well, more than likely, I guess depends on what we get out of the solid fertilizer we're going to sell, but this is going to prevent us from getting the telehandler today or anything like that. Or so, all right, let's get the tractor here. All right, back it up here. Well, I gotta be careful. There's that. That's the spot where you could put the stuff back in there. I gotta be careful of that. I need to put it over here. We need to do it this way. Which is fine. We have to go that way anyway to pick up the rest of the pallets anyway. Sheep look good. They're happy. So most of the stuff that I have here, it doesn't fluctuate that much, which is why we had it as selling before fully. But I've mentioned it before, but after having a conversation with Gaming Joy, it does appear that you make more money if you sell them without actually having them on auto sell. So that is why we're kind of shifting gears here and putting these back. I keep changing my mind. I keep going back and forth, and I probably will do it again as soon. I'm sure. But 10% extra profit sounds really nice. So come on. Well, this is a bit of an issue. This trailer here is heavy, and it's just, I can't even get them to drop because it's so heavy. I might have to put these up here at the front to try to balance it out a little bit. I guess I should have started up there. It was a mistake on my part. Uh-oh. We're going to lose that guy too. It's another one of the reasons why I don't do it, because I'm not that good at stacking stuff. I don't think anybody is, really, if I'm honest with you. Come on, unfold it. I want to try to get this path fixed a little bit here so the worker doesn't get confused. Yes, I know, don't drive too deeply. Yes, yes, yes. I'm just going to start them on a different path. It doesn't really matter. We're all going to have to come back and touch it up anyway. It's not like it's perfect no matter which one we do. It doesn't really matter. So we're going to go ahead and do a quick time lapse here, gang. We'll get all this fixed up, and then we'll take them up and get them sold.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead. with everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb. And I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I won't get back up. Cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Alright, well, if that's not the most embarrassing stacking job I've ever done, I don't know what is. So it just stopped for some reason. I guess it thought there was nothing else in the field because there's nothing else in that path it's on. I guess that's why. I think the trailer only holded 1% more, so it's not really going to remove a whole lot here, but might as well do it. And we can go ahead and throw this back on a worker again. It's going to get full by the time we get all the way up to the shop. And not all of that can be sold up there. But we're going to bring it up there and sell whatever it'll take up there. I'm talking about the pallets, I should say. I didn't really specify that. We're going to take all of the pallets up to the co-op and sell whatever they'll take up there. And if that wasn't a prime example of what I was discussing or talking about many episodes ago about how certain implements will allow you to pick things up, or maybe it's just part of the game, right? It's just the weight. But the maple syrup will not allow me to pick it up no matter what I do. I cannot pick it up by hand. I was having a hell of a time with that maple syrup. We're probably going to have to do something a little bit different right here. I don't think there's enough room, especially when we get that telehandler, or whatever we get, wheel loader, whatever it is we decide to get. it's a lot longer than a tractor is, so it's going to need a little more room. So we're probably going to have to play with that area there a little bit. Oh, he's already full. How about that? So I think what I'm going to do here, since we're already here, I'm just going to pick up the honey while we're at it too. I don't know how much honey is going to be in here. Maybe a pallet or two. But the honey does allow me to pick it up, so we'll go ahead and pick it up and throw it on here. It's a mess, so I really don't care what it looks like at this point. I was trying to make it nice and neat there at the beginning. You saw that I started, you know, I moved a couple of those by hand a little bit, but at this point, well, I just sold the honey there. But at this point, we're just going to leave it be. We're just going to leave it be. So let's get this up there to the shop, and let's see what kind of profit we get out of all this. We did sell the solid fertilizer, as you can see, $260,000 out of it. Pretty good. Pretty daggone good. Actually, before we move forward here, I need to make sure that I turned off the selling there of the digestate. We want it just to be storing again. Since we sold all of it, we need to make some more of it. We have enough in there. We have enough in our implements, I think, for right now that it won't be that big of a deal, but I always want to make sure we have enough of that. But it does appear to me, based off of what we just sold there, how much we just made, yeah, selling the solid fertilizer is better than selling the digestate, I think. So we're going to do that moving forward. So I forget who it was that told me, but I thank you, whoever it was that told me that. Thank you. It definitely seems to be that I'll make a lot more money going that path. See you at the shop. All right, heading back up here, gang. I am going to buy the telehandler. I think we'll wait to the end of the episode at this point because I've got pretty much all the. There's going to be a few that have spawned between now and by the time we end of this episode, but we've got everything else already on this trailer, so I'm not. You know, we won't need to really utilize it that much in this episode, so we'll probably wait. But some of this could be sold here. I don't know what else is selling right now. I can't really see. But we got 37,585 of everything we sold there. There's still stuff selling, actually. I guess the rest of it is not accepted. Nope, something's still selling. Oop, apologies. Just hit the microphone there, gang. Alright, we're up to 304,000 again. With a lot more to sell. So, this is looking good. We'll just go through here. I don't think it's going to harm it. So we'll get this back to the farm. We'll put it on our little market stall and we'll sell all this and see what else we get out of this. But we're at 304,000, so we can easily purchase what we wanted to do with the soup, right? We can easily purchase the soup stuff now, so. Alright, go ahead, yellow car. I'm fine. You're not anywhere near it. Oh, there's Byron. He was trying. He was trying to come in there and give us some pain. Alright. I really am enjoying the way our farm is looking now, gang. It's awesome. I love the maple syrup, even though it was a pain to get them on the trailer here. But once we get that telehandler, it'll help a lot. It'll help us a lot. That's a much easier piece of equipment to use when you're trying to stack stuff with pallets and things like that. So let's go sell this and see what happens here. And then we're going to make our placeable down so we can go and get rid of all the carrots that we have. That way we can finish our harvest. Now, I don't know if we'll actually finish the whole harvest in this episode or not. What I mean by that is we may do some of it off camera. You kind of have, you know, already watched how it works, how painful it is, right? 33,631. It's not too shabby, gang. That is, we got a lot of money now. We have a lot of money. We had this amount at one point, and we're back up there again. So now you can see our tractor's in disrepair. I don't know if it's necessarily the tractor. I think it's either the trailer or the front loader. I think it's mostly what it is the front loader with the pallets and stuff. They got a lot of damage there where I was trying to do all that. So, kind of makes sense. So, let me get our placeable down over here, the soup placeable down over here, and I'll be back with you guys in just a second. Alright gang, the Zoop 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 factory has been placed down, so it's just a matter of us now coming over here with the trailer and dumping it in here. Let's go ahead and turn it on real quick. So triple soup requires all three, so eventually we will get to there. Well, all three of the root crops besides potatoes, right? And then we can make potato soup as well if we decide to do potatoes at some point. Let's go ahead and turn on the carrots. And we'll go get our truck here. We'll bring it over there, unload it, come back here, unload that, and get going again. We probably, like I said, will not do the entire thing. You can see how long it is taking. So a lot of this I may just do off camera. We'll do a good portion of it though. We'll do another, time lapse of it with me doing it for a little bit. But I don't want to do too much of it. I think it'll just be repetitive and monotonous more than the game already typically is. So we'll do a good portion of it and then do the rest of it off camera. And what we may end up doing, like I mentioned in the last episode, is maybe turning one of the fields over here into carrots and root crop, just so it's closer to here. It'll be probably a little bit better for us to have it a little bit closer, since it does fill up so fast, right? So we may just make the field here that. It's a pretty big field, though. So what to think about it. This was also not my big idea I was talking about. Remember I said it needed corn. So we're not quite there yet. What we may end up doing in the long run is getting rid of that field altogether and expanding our yard into that field. But we'll see. We'll see. That's future plans. I'm kind of talking about the future here. So let's get this done first now, and then we can see where we're at afterwards. We need to buy another field too. Although we have enough to do here for the next couple episodes. All these fields are going to be ready to harvest here very soon. We probably should get another harvester, honestly, and another trailer. Even a small one, like I said, we could keep on the farm to put stuff into the silo. All right, where's it at? Here it is. I mean, look at this. We have a ton of carrots still yet. A ton. A ton. We've barely even scratched the surface on carrots right now. This is good, man. This is going to be good. We're going to make a lot of money off of these. It's a pain in the ass, don't get me wrong, to get it all done, but we're going to make a lot of money off this. Now, I don't know how fast the carrot, the soup factory works that we just did. It's not going too slow. We're already at 50 liters, so we'll probably have some pallets here relatively soon, I would think. So we'll put a time lapse in here, gang. I'm going to do some of this, and then when we're done, we'll call the episode. But we're going to get a lot of this done first before we do that. All right, gang, that's another trailer load full. So we're gonna go take this and drop it off. We have a lot left to do. I mean, a lot. Look at that. And this episode's pretty long as it is already. That was a very long time lapse right there that we just did. So I think when I drop this off, gang, we're gonna leave the episode there at that point, and I'll do the rest of it off camera. Just so it's not the same thing over and over and over again. I believe what I'm going to do is kind of what I mentioned a little bit earlier when we put this over here. I think what I've kind of made up slightly in my mind. We're going to make 3 smaller sized fields, sufficient enough to do what we're doing now instead of having such large fields, because we're getting a pretty good yield out of all these carrots. I mean, it's going to make us a ton of money. But what we're going to do is back here behind the soup factory. My goal here is to turn part of this land into 3 about the same size, or around the same size fields, and have carrots, parsnip, and turnips all in there, and beets or whatever we can utilize in the soup thing. We'll put all these little tiny fields back here behind this, and then maybe put a little tiny shed or something back here to keep all the implements that are required for the carrots, and that way when we're ready to harvest it all, we don't have to go very far with it, right? We can just take it here and drop it off, and we can leave everything in the shed there. I think that's the way to go, because this is just taking an eternity. It's not as painful as potatoes, but it's not far off either. I would say it's very similar, if not identical to doing potatoes. So it's going to take me a while. So with that, we are going to leave the episode there. I hope you all enjoyed it. Like, subscribe if you're new. It's free. It helps me out a ton. If you have any thoughts, questions, comments, ideas, let me know down below, and I'm happy to get back to you on those. Subscribe to my second channel if you haven't done so, and until next time, I'll see you all in the next episode.